right. Alright, so we're doing something a little bit different today. We're not going to play Doom. We are going to actually build an adventure in Roll20 for a game of Pathfinder I have scheduled later on this week. So, if you ever want to know what Roll20 is, Roll20 is like a virtual tabletop where you join up with other players and play a game. It's pretty much all web-based. It has video and voice chat integrated. Integrates with Google Plus right now, but I think they're changing their API, so that's remained to be seen. But enough technical stuff. We're going to get right into jumping in to making this adventure. So right now I haven't done anything other than just create a session in Roll20, and we're gonna go ahead and start doing this. We're gonna make this game come to life. I've downloaded a couple resources from Paizo.com, one of which was the adventure itself, Hall of the Flesh Eaters, I think it's season 6, scenario number 6. And I downloaded a map so I can upload it to Roll20, and I can show you all how to do this. This is if it just wants to connect. There we go. I'm a big fan of this application. I love using it. I don't get too crazy into it, like the dynamic lighting. There's all these crazy features about this system that are really amazing. But I like to keep things simple because I don't want to get bogged down too much in the technicality of running the game when I'm trying to immerse my players into the story that's happening around them. So I kind of keep things as simple as possible, and you'll see me as I add creatures and add traps and add the maps that it makes sense. The one feature I do like to use the most though is the Fog of War feature. Where you just reveal the map as they continue down a hallway or around corners so they can't see things, and you can hide monsters and traps really well that way. So it looks like I'm just having a little bandwidth issues here. It's just taking forever to load. I've never really streamed directly from my desktop like this, so I hope it's working properly. I don't know if it's Roll20 or what. But I also have some tunes playing in the background from the Twitch music library. Hopefully you guys can hear that, because there is going to be some times where I'm just fiddling around with files and stuff like that. But I'll try to talk my way through a lot of it. All right, you know what? I'm gonna reload this. I'm gonna stop that. I'm gonna see if we can redo this. So as you can see, I have some other games that I play in or play with. Big fan of the Glass Cannon podcast. These guys are awesome. You should check them out. They have a podcast where they actually play Pathfinder Giant Slayer. It's a great adventure path from Paizo, and you should check them out. They're great. So we're gonna go ahead and try this one more time. Okay, that was a little quicker. So yeah, maybe they're just having a little. Yeah. All right, we're looking good now. They were probably just having some issues with their servers. Not too big of a deal. I'm appropriately wearing a Die 20 t-shirt my buddy got for me, but it actually says Die instead of, okay. So when you load into Roll20, you're pretty much left with a blank grid. And you have all these different layers. You can change the different layers to the map, into the tokens, GM only info, a lot of crazy things. You can draw on the map. You can ping to point things out. So one of the things that we need to do is we need to go through the adventure and take a look and see what we need to import into the game. So one of the big, I've already read through this adventure. This adventure is really cool. I like the idea of it. It takes place in the shackles of Galarian, which is a which is a pirate-themed area within the world of Galarian and Pathfinder. But this all takes place within the Iron Gods setting. Season 6 was very immersed in the Iron Gods adventure path. So you have a lot of technical and or technological and crazy magic that almost mirrors technological advances from an ancient society. So one of the things that they need to do in this adventure is they need to go to the Gloom Spires, which are these crazy spires that rise out of the sea and are only attainable during the lunar, I believe, lunar solstices. And they have the players need to go explore one of them and obtain an item, which I believe they have listed here. Let me see if I can find it. I just want to show you a picture of it. There it is. The Orb of Stars. This is what they're trying to get. And they have to explore this area. So one of the first things they get is the player's handout number 1. And what I usually do is I just use the snipping tool, and I kind of just cut it and paste it right from the AP. And you can, I'm just gonna save it and then upload it to Roll20. Like our own little. Actually, I'm gonna do file save as. So we're gonna do player. Handout 1. So one of the cool things is you can upload your own stuff into the game, and they have assets you can pull in from different places. You can buy them, what have you. But in the free accounts, you can pretty much like upload any sort of art you want and then drag it into the game, and you can create a token out of it. You can just make it a big giant picture, what have you, just to get the players to see what you're doing. So what we're going to do is we're going to upload that player handout, and then we're just going to drag and drop it right into here, and we're going to make this part of the. We're going to actually make that. Yeah, we'll just leave it a token. It's fine. So we're just gonna. How Roll20 handles everything is they handle everything in scenes, and I like to give handouts in its own separate scene. That way the players can see it. In this little player tab, like I can actually create a new page and then move the players here. So what the players are viewing, like I might be looking at this scene right here, but the players are still on this scene. So I could be manipulating something in a totally different area that they can't see yet until I reveal it to them or allow them to see it. So this is what I usually start everybody off with, which is basically the intro of the hook, so to speak. A hook is what gets the players involved in the adventure. And a sea captain is hiring the team to go in, get the Orb of Stars, and map out whatever you can to try to get future I guess you could say research excursions into the Gloom Spire. Excuse me, I have a little of a cold getting over. All right, so that's the first step. So boom, done. Now we got another one. So in this next area, what I need to do is I like to build everything by encounters. And the first encounter we have is they have to climb the Gloom Spire and then get to the top of it and climb down into the top floor. So this is the Gloom Spire summit. And this is the great thing about Pathfinder is a lot of the maps they use are reusable. So what I did is I went ahead and downloaded the Pathfinder flip map forest, and Paizo is great at that because everything that they put out a PDF version and a print version. So if you want to use it in your home game rather than a virtual game, you can do that. So what I did is I went to Paizo.com, just downloaded the PDF for the Pathfinder flip map, done. And now I'm going to basically upload that here. So let's go to that. That is here. So there's 2 pages. So there's a regular. So we just need the first page, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we just need the first page. So we want to do actually. How am I going to do this? What is going to be the best way to do this? Let's just do print. Yeah, we're going to print just page 1 though. We're going to print it as a PDF. We're going to put it in Halls of the Flesh here. Forest. Now, hopefully, that should drop Forest Anatomy, which is just that first page. Come on. My computer's being a little slow today. Well, one, I'm not using Adobe like an idiot. I'm still using a brand new hard drive. Has nothing else. Okay, there we go. So we got the forest map in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to upload this to Roll20. Okay, it's not bad. And then we're going to drag and drop it into we're just going to upload that. Might take a minute or two. There are a couple different ways to do this. So what this does is this kind of maps out what the players are going to interact with. This is where they enter. There's some enemies over here. There's a little scarecrow thing over here. A tomb over here. Thanks for the retweet, Bill. That's awesome. Another idol, and then the entrance to the ruins below. All right, I don't think this is working right. There we go. Apparently, I just didn't upload it properly. Okay, so they convert it back right to an image file, which is great. And then we're just going to basically drag and drop this bad boy. Make sure we're on the map and backgrounds. All right, so as you can see, there's already grid lines involved. So what we might need to do is we might need to make this a little bit bigger. But there's a way to do this. We can do layer, map layer, align to grid. I'm going to zoom in here. Just highlight a 3x3 square. We'll just try that one more time. Let's find a spot that actually looks good. So that looks pretty good. We might just have to, we got to do a little bit of cleaning up here. This could be considered tedious, but I forgot to turn off snap to grid. I think it's shift. I thought it was shift. I think it's alt. Yeah, it's alt. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm just trying to make sure that this is aligned as much as possible in the various sections of the map. We might actually have to increase this, and we actually have to turn this. Oh, I just forgot we have to rotate this. Flip vertical. And then we need to, right? Nope. Flip, there we go. That's what we need to see. And zoom back in. We might have to change the dimensions of the scene itself. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll do 30 by 23. Nope, that wasn't the right thing. So we need to do width by height. I'm sorry, 23 by 30. All right, let's try that again. Yeah, so we got to realign this bad boy. Hide that, hide that. Okay, let's zoom all the way in. Find a good spot. We're going to realign this. Oh, no, that would have been actually okay. All right, let's try that one more time. 3 by 3 grid. Boom. Line to grid. All right, really didn't do a very good job. Let's see what is going on here. Let's try 30 by 30. Maybe it needs to be longer. But I like, yeah, that should do it. All right. Most of these don't need this much finicky to do. All right, so we might be able to do this now. Okay. Zoom back out. See what we got going on. Okay, we got a little. All right, cool. We got wiggle room here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this, go to the edge. We're just going to align this just right because it gets distorted sometimes when I'll use the align to grid feature. Sometimes you got to make those weird adjustments. Maybe I should shrink it? It just gets so distorted sometimes. Oh, there we go. We might have a good. See what I mean? You just gotta play with it a little bit, and you can get it. See, that's actually not bad. Might have to just tweak it this way a little bit. Not bad. See, we're getting somewhere. All right, so we just gotta tweak this a little bit. Oops. See, it just takes a little bit of time, and like, if you're just patient with the system, See, I hate this freaking snap to grid sometimes. Sometimes it snaps, sometimes it doesn't. So I think I just gotta fuss with this side up here. See, it's a little too squished. Maybe we need to move it over a little bit, just to get a little bit more room. See, it just takes a little bit of tinkering, a little bit of fussing with, and you can get it done. This is actually the slowest it's ever taken me to do this. Just because this is the first time I've ever done a big map like this. Alright, so that looks pretty good. Yeah, it looks pretty well aligned. Alright, great. So what we're going to do now is we're going to switch over back to the objects and tokens layer. That way I don't mess anything else up with this one. One of the other things we want to turn on is we want to turn on Fog of War. So what that does is when the players are in this scene, they only see what I reveal to them. So there's a reveal tab. You just reveal the area. So that means they can only see this area, and that's it. Everything else is kind of obscured by that Fog of War. And what you can do is you can reset the fog. Okay, so what we need is we're going to try to run this for a 4th level party. But we'll see what happens with the party. I know there's some difficulty scheduling and everything, but this will be cool. They're gonna fight a bunch of these like barbarian kuru, which are basically island cannibals or island scavengers and natives that have raided this area and have resulted to cannibalism because they're trying to survive on the Gloomspire. So we're going to go ahead. You know what I just realized? I wonder if the chat actually... Okay, it usually doesn't say that all the time. Okay, alright. Let's just see what we got going on. Alright, so we need some barbarians. So we need about 6 barbarians, a barbarian surrogate, which is basically like a seer, and then Mabaj, which is like their leader. So we just need 3 different tokens. What we're going to do is we're going to go to the premium assets, and we're just going to search barbarian. If I learn how to spell properly. And a lot of this stuff you can find for free. So like all kinds of weird stuff. See, we can also do this. We could essentially cut and paste the art out of this. But let's see if we can find something. See if we can find an image. And I'm sure we're going to find some weird-ass images. Specifically want to try to get that art. Yeah, so that looks good. So what we can do is we're going to take that. Oop. Access denied, eh? Very interesting. Where is this at? Oh, I guess they took it off. Another great website that I use a lot is where is it? Pathfinder Prep, which is really good. Has everything already listed there. Really good times. One moment. Just gonna check the old social media here. I think a couple of the dudes want to come watch. Oh, apparently a new Laserhawk album dropped. It's some synth pop. It's cool. I'll have to check that out. Okay, so that one is we cannot use. So what do we need to do here? We need to find another piece of art for that. It stinks, man, that I can't use that one. Oh, that one's pretty badass. Let's see if we can save that. Kuru Barb. We're gonna upload the Kuru Barb. And we have to place, I think there's about Kuru Barbs. Surrogate, Bombage. So we got 6 of these guys. So this is the great part, right? So I just tried to plop one of these bad boys down. Boom, 6 dudes. Look at that. Real quick and easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add their statistics to this. I'll probably end up rolling. I usually like to roll their initiative individually. And they have this great feature where you can actually do the initiative order. And it just automatically populates with whatever I assign them as their initiative, which is great. So what we're going to do is we're first put this, I gotta move this over to this other screen here so I can see where I'm going to place these guys. So we're going to name these guys appropriately, show the nameplate so the players can see it. It's Kuru 1. And Kuru 1, they all have 16 hit points. So I like to let the players look and see what their hit points are, right? So basically what I could actually do is I could make this a whole lot easier for myself. And then just make it a whole lot easier for myself. This is actually Kuru 3. See that. See, this is why I love this game. Like a lot of my friends and some people I know have said, "Oh, it's too complicated. I don't understand it." If you just take like a couple, there's a great YouTube video on Paizo's wiki for Roll20, or not Paizo's, Roll20's wiki. It's really freaking good. It is amazingly good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put these guys around this fire over here. So there's one there. Number 1 is there. Number 2 is down here. Number 3 is over this way. Number 4 is up here. Number 6 is over here. Number 5 is over here around the fire. And then we got to do one for Bombage and the surrogate. So actually, let's go back to the assets here and let's see if we can find Kuru. I doubt we're going to find anything other than my library. So let's see if we can find another image that we can use here. So maybe Kuru surrogate. If I know how to spell surrogate correctly. get something crazy in here. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. I like that. So we're gonna cool. We're gonna drop that. We're gonna put that surrogate in, and then we're gonna put Mabaj in. So the surrogate is kind of sitting back this way. We're gonna name that show nameplate. Boom, boom, boom. That way they can see it. And the Kuru surrogate has 16 hit points as well. The surrogate, the surrogate has some cool special abilities that allow to incite everybody in some sort of mind control, which is really neat. So now we're just going to see if we can find some asset from Mabaj here. If I knew how to spell Mabaj. Nope. Okay. Let's see. What are we going to use for Mabaj? Actually, let's see if we can do this. Alright, look, good old handy dandy snipping tool. Snipping tool is like my favorite item to use in Windows. Now Mabaj, on the other hand, he's a little bit beefier. He has 60 hit points. It's a huge ass encounter for these guys. Alright, now I could technically go and roll their initiative. I think I might do that. Oh look, Beard is checking me out here. How you doing, buddy? That's why you're wearing the shirt. Yes, it's exactly why I'm wearing the shirt. I was rolling the shirt specifically for this because you're the best. Power Steering was the one who actually got me this. Well, the great thing is, buddy, is I'm not actually running the session until later. So I'm sure you'll pop back on, but I'm actually not running the session until Wednesday, or not Wednesday, Thursday. And if you guys want, I could actually put it on Roll20 if that's something that you're guys interested in. Watching me play Roll20 with my friends. I don't mind doing it, but it's going to be a long stream, like 4 hours. So we're going to keep moving along here. So in the adventure, I don't think there's anything. We wanted to roll their initiative. I guess we could really do that if we really wanted to. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to roll their initiative. I'm going to roll them with my awesome Diablo dice that I got from BlizzCon last year that I went with Power Steering. These are the 20th anniversary dice. These are really cool. I like these. So what we're going to do is just roll initiative for them. The initiative for the Kuru Barbarians, there's 6 of them. They have a 0 plus 0 initiative. So first guy's got a 14. So let's see. We can put that by, well, yeah, we don't need to select that. We're gonna do. I think we can just do it here. I think that's how I can do it. And then if I do this, stop the rolls, timer, descending. Yeah, we'll eventually do that when we get there. So we'll just we'll just keep moving here. So why can't I get that to show? There we go. That's good. Number 2. He's got a 6. Number 3. Where are you going? It doesn't matter. I guess I could just keep going here. Whoop. Oop, that guy got a 10. Now the great thing about this is the players could they could fight these guys, or they can actually negotiate with these guys, give them some food since they're technically starving when they meet them, and they're only forced to fight if they fail in any way to negotiate with the barbarians. So the players could avoid a combat here. It's just a matter of how they play it out. But we shall see. I'm sure they're going to be itching for a fight. Most of the players I play with like to role play, which is really a lot of fun. But some of them also like to just straight up fight dudes all day, and I'm okay with that. So we're going to use. So these guys also, the surrogate also has a 0 niche. And then Mabaj here, he's also got initiative 0. These guys are all, wow, these guys are all rolling really good initiatives. I really hope my players come prepared. So that's pretty much it for this area. There's not much else in this area. These other 2 areas here, it's basically a scarecrow pointing the way, warding off evil spirits. And the other way over here is the entrance to the Gloomspire. This is oh my goodness, my brain. This is like a spire that sits out of the top that could potentially give them filth fever if they're not careful. So anyway, so that's it for that scene. This scene is done. Like, we're moving on to the next scene. So we're gonna create another page. We're gonna keep the players there. So we're just gonna go back in here. We'll keep it like that. So what we need to do now is we need to import this section. So the great thing about this website here, we can actually go in and we can look at different seasons of what people have already done. And if I'm not mistaken, they've already done the mapping for this, because there's all this, like, technically I could keep this stuff in here, but since it says a giant S right there, like, I don't want the players to see things in here. But it's not that big of a deal. I did it last time I ran the adventure. Not this adventure, but another one. Like, just it means nothing to the players. They just know this is B7. That's it. So let's see if I can find this on this website. This is, once again, pfsprep.com. So we're doing Hall of Flesh Eaters. Yeah, I think we have some maps here. Let's take a look here. So I think what this gentleman did is he's broke everything up into different pieces. Rotated grid. The second version I have lined a grid with a partial square. Square is necessary to connect to other maps. All right, so this is what they did. They kind of built their own, and this actually is really cool looking. I think I'm going to use it. They kind of just split it all up. So I think we can do this. So what we'll do, yeah, what I think we're gonna do is we're gonna use, yeah, we're gonna do this. This is gonna be a little interesting because I've never done it this way before. But let's see if I can do this. Maybe I can just snip these out. And then piece it together. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Let's just see what we can do. So we'll grab 2 of these pieces here, and then we'll play with it and see if we can get it aligned to the grid. So we'll just call this B1. Great. Don't know what I did, but it did it. I don't think it did it. Yeah. All right, so then we're going to go to this area, which is part of B2. All right, so let's see if we can do that. We'll play around with it for a hot second, see what we can do. It said there was more maps, but I don't see any more. If not, we'll just drop that in there. It's not the end of the world. So we're gonna drop in B1. Gotta make sure I'm on the right map, right on the right layer. All right, so let's see. What we need to do here is we need to do the same thing that we did before. Guess this is. See, that's that. It's really hard to see. All right, let's see if we can kind of get this close, because then it'll be a little bit easier to align once we get it that way. All right, let's try that one more time. Because this is one square there. All right, that's not that bad. That's actually not that bad. We did, all right, let's try, let's keep moving. Let's keep it moving, keep it moving. Let's do B21. If I'm not mistaken, B21, so that's the door, so it's that. So it kind of fits in there. How am I gonna do that? That is weird, because that's not gonna overlap very well. Yes, I know it's Valentine's Day, but you know what? We don't celebrate Valentine's Day because we're cool. Let's see. What is going to be the best way to do this? Because this basically needs to go in here, but I can't really cut that piece out unless I employ my amazing Photoshop skills of MS Paint. You know, we're just gonna do it the quick and dirty way. We're just gonna do it quick and dirty way, and we'll do some extra stuff to hide that all out of there, because they might not actually see that part. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna cut this part out. What are you doing online anyway, Murder Wraith? Shouldn't you be hanging out with your wife? All right, so back to the map. Let's see. Let's just make this 50 by 50, just to be on the safe side. Move that. Zoom this out a little bit. All right, now we can get some zoom in action. Start taking a look here and see if we can get this aligned. All right, so this is a little bit harder to see, but I think we can do it. Oops. Plus, I know you find this interesting because you like Roll20. And you want to do a game on Roll20. I know you do. I know you do. All right, same thing. We're going to align the map. Choose our 3x3 square. Do our best to align it to the grid. Okay, we're gonna have to do that one more time. It doesn't look like it did a good job. Just zoom in again. Align to grid. Oh, I hit try again, didn't I? Let's try it one more time. I'm really bad at clicking things, apparently. But I'm so good at Diablo, which the whole point of that game is clicking things. It's kind of strange, right? Alright. Line to grid. Let's kind of zoom out a little bit, just so we can see what's going on here. It's about right there-ish. It's really hard to see the grid lines. All right, there we go. That's a little bit better. Yes, good old New York. So it's a little off. All right, that looks pretty good, right? Nice and aligned. Good stuff. So here's another fun thing I can do is I can actually go and erase some of this stuff. It's not very good at it, but at least it'll. What we can do here is maybe we can. How are we gonna do this? That's pretty good. That is pretty good. But we're gonna do. So we're gonna just erase this X or this S indicating a secret door. Whoop. Nope. Let's try that again. Actually, you know what? We could do this. And then we're going to go to line. We're going to make it a little bit darker. Nope. Yeah, that looks good. They'll never know the difference. Look at that. So that looks pretty good. It's hiding the secret door pretty good, if I do say so myself. And I do. All right, so I think we're good on there. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go back to the tokens map here. So first, oof, I hate that. Not a big fan of having a huge map and then players figuring, like, I like to keep everything nice and short and small, like this one. See how everything's nice and crisp and clean. That's all right though. We'll just yeah, we'll fix this. Now find that stupid thing again. Where did my thing go? There it is. All right, so we'll just do that again. That's not a problem. So this is the problem when you like to have things perfect. It's quite the interesting song. 1, 1, 2, 3. There we go. All right, so now we can fuss with this again. Just don't like stuff when it's not at the edge of the maps. Makes it easier to see everything. Get it nice and aligned. Because then we can change the height. Just little minutia changes, gets it all lined up. All right, I think that's pretty good. That's pretty representative of the map. I think that's pretty good. All right, that looks good. That looks good enough to me. This is why I'm a. Let's see. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So we like to have that at 30. We'll also do another 30. Take 2 more off of that. See, like to have it nice and neat. So when the players go in, so it's basically like when the players go back into the transition, when they transition from scene to scene, they don't have to search for the map. They can just know where the map is. It just makes it easier for the players. Because sometimes maps can get really crazy big. And it can be really tough for the players. Like I'm in this one game and it's really difficult to find us on the map because it's such a huge map and it's just difficult. So we're gonna go ahead with that light. Go ahead and just draw that guy on there. And then we're gonna do line. And that's gonna be a little bit darker. Pretty good if I do say so myself. All right, so now we're gonna switch to the objects, so that way we don't mess with this anymore. So that looks pretty good. I could go ahead and cover up all the room markers if I wanted to, but it's really just not gonna. It's not gonna take anything away from the game. All right, so I don't think there's a whole lot of creatures here. There's some ghasts and stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go pop over here again and see what we got going on. So B1, I think there's just traps in there. I don't think there's anything. I don't think there's a monster or anything in there. Yeah, it looks like it's just a trap. Yeah, so that's all stuff that I can do like on the fly with them. I don't actually have to do anything in Roll20 with that. Because when they enter into this room, I can just have them like roll perception checks and stuff. Because what they're going to do is they're going to climb down that. So what they're going to do is they're going to climb down to this gap here. And then they'll be in this room. See? So So that gap leads down to here. So we're already only in an hour in, and we're already almost done with this adventure. This adventure is really only 2 floors, so we don't have a lot left to go. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna turn on Fog of War just to get it going. And we're gonna just go through this. Let's see. So, ghoulish hunger trap. There's just a ghastly hunger trap. Just catches them with some. They want to eat the flesh, and they could turn into a ghoul. Not a big deal. We have a leech swarm and 2 giant leeches. So, this is going to be great for searching on Google to find tokens for that. So let's just see. Oh, look, so there's a giant leech, and then it's a premium asset. Crap. See, that's the crappy part. Sometimes they're premium assets, and you have to buy them. But it's okay, because we got Google. And I'm sure this is going to come up with some crazy-ass stuff. Actually, that's pretty cool. Look at that. That's straight up the leech. Boom. And the great thing about Roll20 is it saves all this. Like, you get a bunch of storage for free, and it does eventually overwrite older stuff. So as you're playing stuff, it's okay to, as long as you have the resources like already put into the system. Like, it's not going to go and erase them. That you like, if I placed it in a game somewhere and it already overwrote it, it's not going to delete it from the game. So we have a leech. He's hiding in here, if I'm not mistaken. And then there's a leech swarm. Let's see. Let's just make sure. 2 giant leeches inhabit the area. So I can place these guys anywhere. And what we're going to do is we're going to put them over here in the hopes that the PCs fight them. And then we're going to have a leech swarm. We're just going to use the same... one now. We're just going to use the same asset so they know. Now this swarm isn't going to come in until 2 rounds after. So what I like to do is I'm going to just hide this leech out here, and I'm not gonna reveal that area. So I'm just gonna plop him back in when it's his turn. Let's see, these leeches, 39, 19 hit points. So these guys get 19 hit points. Swarms are bad because they have to use area effects on them, and sometimes that will cause the team to hit each other. And they also take half damage from regular attacks. So swarms are probably like my least favorite creature in all of D&D, just because they're such a pain in the butt to kill. Now let's see their initiatives. Gotta go look at the bestiary. But we also can go look at the Pathfinder OGC. Go see, find this so we can go see Giant Leech. Perfect. Initiative +1. Got an 8. So this guy. Oh, I forgot. I already have this stuff downloaded. I don't know why I'm doing this. Oh, I thought I did. Let me just go back to PFS. This guy. Shared prep. So they have a bunch of people have templated monsters. So we're just going to take a look at this. So they already have this stuff already taken care of, which is great. Oh, the swarm's large. So what that means is he takes up 4 squares. So that's kind of scary for the players. Takes up 4 freaking squares. Jeez, oh. All right. Let's see. Advanced giant leech. Leech swarm. Initial +4. Right, we're using the advanced giant leech. Right, CR2 leeches. And then the leech swarm 3, so that got a 20. That's a tough encounter. But these guys should all be level 4. They should all have magic items. Should be wild. So the next area is the ghouls and fest frogs. So we're going to do a ghoul. I actually could probably find a ghoul in here. That is kind of creepy. Let's see. That one's pretty neat. I like that one. All right, and how many of these bad boys we got? We got 8 ghouls. They all have 13 hit points each, it looks like. Nope, that's their initiative bar. Ghoul 1. How many of these? Boy, I'm bad. 8. Let's see, these ghouls have the CR1. They have initiative of 2. These, stretching them out, getting them all crazy looking. It's not what I wanted. So these guys are all going to be spread out, so I'll go ahead and do that. Boy, I am on fire with the initiatives today with these guys. They're basically, I think if I'm not mistaken, they're just all eating this thing, which is disgusting. This is a necrotic polyp. All a pirate's trap. Three. Man, these ghouls. I'm just on fire with their initiative. So good thing about this is that necrotic polyp actually doesn't move, but it does boost the morale of these ghouls. That's actually ghoul 5. It's actually ghoul 6 because I can't count. Alright, and then there's like 5 fest frogs. So what we can do is we can actually just look up fest frog. I'm sure we can. Good old Google. There's 5 of these bad boys. If I'm not mistaken, they are medium, and they have initiative 3. And they all have 13 hit points. What was their initiative again? 3. Alright, so we're going to roll some initiative with these guys. Boy, these Diablo dice. I think this is going to be a tough encounter. I'm probably going to have to scale it back a little bit. But that's okay. So I'm not trying to kill the players. I want them to have fun. I don't like running games where they are just met with challenge after challenge that they easily like wipe through or like kill everything with no problems. But I also don't like encounters where they're just like totally like they're just overwhelmed. They can't beat it. I want my encounters to test the players every step of the way. So that way, like there's impending doom, but like it's not gonna actually kill the players. I want them to be involved. I want them to be care that whatever choices they make are part of the game. And one of those is surviving. Like if they're not going to survive, they're not going to have a good time. So let's see here. So we got another little fest frog in here, but he's like a real. I think he's a ghast. No, he's a ghoul. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back over in the secret room over here. In this secret room here. There's a ghoul, but we're gonna make him special. We're gonna make him that guy. So we're just gonna go in here, and they can actually talk to this guy and like free him if they wanted to. And all these things I'm doing, just I maybe didn't explain it, but what I'm doing is making sure that the players can see the nameplate and see what's going on. I also they can see the bar. See how I didn't turn that option on, but I can see it, and that's probably the most important part. So I could probably go back and change all those. I might do that off stream before we get started with this adventure later this week. And just change change it so they can see the bars, at least their health bars. But there's no reason, there's no real reason to do it. Did I not roll their initiatives? I didn't roll these initiatives over here. All right, so now because I just noticed I couldn't see their bars. So this guy, Balin, he's got 13 hit points. Oh, I never saved it. Right, Balin. One. Boop, 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 boop. Right? Oh, you know what? I'm looking at the wrong Balin. This is Balin for... No, I think that's just Balin. Right? Where's that gas at? What's this gassed here for? He's just a ghoul, and they don't scale this encounter. It's just CR1. Yeah, that's weird. All right, well, the ghouls. Oh, and these are advanced fest frogs. Oh, that's gonna be a tough one. Either way, ghouls +2, so 7. This guy's not really that tough. He's just there to deter the players from getting this the orb of stars that's in this room. I'm gonna have to figure out where to put all these guys. Okay, so they're all kind of hanging out around this guy. Because they're feasting on this thing. That's how these ghouls are staying alive during the whole adventure. They're feasting on this thing. So this encounter is really not that tough, especially based off of they're not going to act during a surprise round nor the first round. So for like 2 rounds, the party can just hammer these ghouls, and they're not very powerful. 13 hit points. That's not deadly. It's just a lot of them. That's not bad for 4th level characters to take care of. So in the next one, we got some more fest frogs and more ghouls. But these are advanced fest frogs, I thought. Oh, those ones were the advanced fest frogs. Other ones, these other fest frogs are just going to be regular. So we're going to do a couple things. We're going to do, this guy's going to be my guest. These are my ghouls. And then we're going to put the fest frog back in there. It's got 11 initiative. So this encounter here at the end, they really just want to make sure that the party doesn't die, and basically they want them to bargain with this guy so they can come, this ghast that was trapped there, to have safe passage for other travelers, because once they get the Orb of Stars, they can just manipulate the Gloom Spire to stay there in one spot. So the players don't have to fight him, which is great. But if they want to, they can. And this guy, right? Nope, because I don't know how to spell. Still don't know how to spell. Boom, 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 boom. He's hanging out on this. He's hanging out right there. And the frogs and the ghouls. These ones are not as powerful. These are just regular fest frogs. Because the boss is the real big deal. Yeah, man, this adventure is pretty much done at this point. Like, that's how easy it is to set this up. It really is not as complicated as everyone makes it out to be. It's really simple. It's not bad. That's why I love using Roll20. Like, we're almost into an hour and a half and we're almost done. And they're gonna play this game for they're gonna play this for 4 hours. It's gonna take them 4 hours to get through all this. Where's that ghoul? There it is, 13 hit points. Boom, that's the adventure. That is all the combat encounters. That is it. Players are going to start here, move their way to here, move their way to here, and that's it. That is the end of the session. Once they get to here, they'll communicate. They'll either kill it, or they're just going to go through and negotiate safe passage so other people can come in here. Because after this, there's nothing they need to do. This necrotic polyp could get destroyed. They could just leave it. But this gentleman over here controls all these ghouls. All that matters is like just negotiating with that guy to get safe passage, because if they discover the secret room, this is blocked down here, so there's no other floors to go to. But what they'll be able to do is they'll be able to come back to this location later in the adventures, and it's another portion of season 6 scenarios. So that's pretty much it, man. I had just wrapped up creating this adventure. Did not take me long at all. They're gonna get treasure and stuff, but it did not take long at all to set any of this up. So hopefully, you guys really enjoyed watching this. I'm gonna post this video into my VODs. I'm gonna post it into my YouTube channel. You can check out. You can check me out on my Twitter. That's where I usually post my stuff. And if you guys really want to see this be played by my players on Thursday, just let me know, and I'll totally record it, edit it up, and throw it up on YouTube, or we'll do it live. Who knows? Most likely we'll do the editing part, but that's it, man. This is a very powerful program that's very, very easy to use as long as you dedicate some time to it. And it's only as complicated as you make it. You can get really crazy complicated with the torches and the dynamic lighting. But yeah, it's great. Check it out. Also, just want to shout out again to the Glass Cannon podcast. They are a really great set of guys. They do a podcast playing Giant Slayer. They also have a Twitch channel twitch.tv/glasscannonpod. They're constantly on there streaming some content and games for you guys to watch and interact with them. So check out their Reddit as well. That's where I meet a lot of players to play on Roll20. And that's really about it. Just, check it out, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side.